stars, no such thing as gone too far. I'm looking wide open. I was born with my feet in motion. All right, guys, welcome. So excited you guys are hopping on. We still have 1 minute before we get started, but I would love to know, what are you most proud of that you did in the month of July for your business? So jump over to the chat. If you guys are new on Zoom, down at the bottom, if you're on the computer, there's like a little bubble that you click. It says chat. If you're on your phone, sometimes you have to swipe, I think, to find it. But put in the chat, what are you most proud of for you, yourself, from your business in July? All right. And those of you that are maybe joining us as guests tonight, you're just checking this out. What are you proud of that you did in the month of July? I'm sure there's something that you are proud of yourself for from last month, because we are in a brand new month. Can you believe it? It's already August. I'm mind blown. I feel like this summer has flown by, which is kind of weird because I feel like we've all been pretty much stuck, right? It's been probably one of the most bizarre summers ever, and yet it feels like it is just flying by. Holy cow, Kelly Boyson, 8 PPA. You should be so proud, girl. You were in the top 20 list for that. Kelly Hoover, 17 auto ship customers and 9 new customers. You know what that means? Kelly Hoover's getting auto lead again next month, no doubt. Awesome. Stephanie Campbell and I are working together. Says partnering up with somebody else. So awesome. All right, guys. So we are going to get this started. My name is Blair Critch. These are our new team members. I'm one of your leaders here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. One of the millionaire leaders here on this team.
Exactly.
And this coming
obviously when they're like new
year
born, they're not gonna
on the product and in the business. And I am so utterly full of gratitude and so thankful for this team that I'm just bursting at the seams. We couldn't have ended July any better. So congratulations to all of you. It was so exciting. Oh, somebody said please mute. So that's weird. I can't hear anything. So hold on. Now I hear.
For a while there, she's
So there's this cool thing about my computer that's
she's been in bed for like
Is that better? Everybody good? All right. Sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it, guys. Awesome. Okay. So Alexa, 4 new promoters. Holy cow. So exciting. All right. So here's the thing, guys. Last month was unbelievable. I'm so excited. I hope you guys saw who our winner was. Congratulations to Trisha. You guys, we had so much awesome stuff happening last month. We had people busting through ranks, all kinds of great new things happening. Somebody unmuted themselves. If you do me a favor and just mute yourself out, that would be awesome. If you tried to unmute yourself, trying to scroll. I cannot. Okay, I found it. All right. So we're so excited for all of those. And if I could just literally, it would probably take me 10 minutes, and we don't have the time to go through every single person who literally was busting through ranks and doing such amazing things. So I just want to take a minute and say congratulations. You guys blew it away last month. It was so much fun watching you. But the most important thing is all the people that we helped. So as we start off August, I hope you've had a chance yesterday to go and check out the video that I did about double, triple, and the free $25 in credits for all new customers and new promoters between August 1st and the 12th. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go find that video after this tonight, okay? But we're gonna just jump right in and get started because tonight's training is all about how to connect authentically. And a lot of you guys I know are wanting to help people. You wanna help them make sure that, my kid's texting. Okay. That you want to make sure that you're connecting with people. Somebody else just got off mute. It's going to be a night of playing mute everybody. Guys, if you can just double check your and make sure you're muted. Somehow people are unmuting themselves. Okay, so we are going to be in a month right now, especially the first 12 days, where you want to make sure you help as many people as possible get started on the Thrive experience. Because anybody who signs up for a new customer account or a new promoter account gets $25 in credits. All right, that's awesome. Think about that. When you order the $150 pack as a new customer on auto ship, you also get that extra box of shakes. So they're really getting, you know, $190 worth of products for $150. Then you take off another $25, so they're getting it for $125. That is less than $5 a day. That is so exciting. So you want to help as many people as possible get started on that, okay? So we're going to talk today about CAP. Now, when I go over CAP, it is just basically an acronym that Kelly Hoover and I created when we were trying to help people learn how to relate to people authentically, how to talk to them authentically. And when we first started creating this thing, CAP, and I'm going to break it down for you, Kelly and I actually did a training on it together where we taught how to do it on offline and how to do it online. Well, I'm going to guess that most of you guys don't need the in-person part of this right now because most of us are not out and about talking to people right now. We're not at our kids' sporting events. We're not at schools. We're not at, barbecues and things like that. If you are, you're probably doing it with a small group of people, your quarantine group, right? And so you're not probably seeing people that you don't normally see. So let's just take CAP tonight and only talk about it online, okay? So CAP stands for CAP. C is compliment and connect. A is ask questions, and P is pain points and problem solve. If somebody can type that into the chat, you would be amazing. And don't worry, I will put up a graphic underneath this recording later tonight. But it's C, compliment and connect, A, ask questions, and P, pain points and problem solve. So here's the thing. When you start off in a conversation with somebody, whether it's online or in person, you want to start off with a compliment. If you don't have a compliment, you don't know them yet enough, you don't have a way to do that, then thank you, Kristen. Then the P is pain, perfect, she got it. Then you want to do instead, if you don't have a way to give them a compliment, which, hello, I'm sorry, if you look at anybody's social media, I'm sure you could find something to compliment them on. Compliments go a long way. Think about that. How many people would love to have a compliment? How many people would genuinely love to be noticed? Remember that feeling when you put something up on social media and you want that dopamine hit of knowing that somebody liked it, hearted it, or commented on it? That's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to be noticed. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. So if you can find a way to compliment somebody, it breaks the ice immediately. But let's just say you can't figure out something authentically to compliment because we don't want fake compliments, okay? Because what you put out, people can feel it. So let's be authentic. And if you can't figure out an authentic compliment to give, then find a connection, a commonality, something that will make the two of you connect. So maybe you saw them post about what's going on for their school coming up. And you're like, man, that exact same thing's happening at my kid's school. I can connect with them on that. Then you would begin with a connection because of that. Hey, I'm running into this exact same problem as you, and then next you ask a question. Okay, so you're either going to compliment or you're going to find a connection through commonality. Okay, compliment or connection through commonality. The next part is you're going to ask questions. You're going to start off by asking them about themselves. You guys, this is Psychology 101. People love to talk about themselves. And guess what? A lot of people aren't able to right now because they're not going to parties. They're not going out and about. They're not going to sporting events. So believe me, they want somebody to talk to. And if you ask them a question about themselves or their family, they're going to answer it, right? So let people talk about themselves. If you're not sure what to ask, then you need to come prepared. And the great thing about this new behind the scenes of doing things all online, whether that's through Instagram messages, through Facebook groups, through Facebook posting, through TikTok, whatever you're using, you can have a list of questions in front of you. They have no idea because they're not seeing you face to face, like when I'm at my kids' basketball game. Right? But when I go to my kids' basketball game, I still have a list of questions in my head always that I'm going to ask people. And they're good, open-ended questions. They're not going to be yes and no answers because I don't want to shut down the conversation, okay? And you want to have some really good questions in mind in your head. So if any of you guys have some really good open-ended questions tonight, I want you to drop it in the chat feature. What are some good open-ended questions that work for you? All right. And I want you to think of some new ones besides just like, what do you do for a job? Or do you have kids? Or, what are you doing this summer? I want you to think of some other things like, what's your favorite thing about this summer? What is if you're talking to them about traveling, what's your favorite thing about traveling? What's your favorite thing about being able to, send your kid back to school this fall? Like whatever, but ask a question that's going to get a conversation going. All right. What's your favorite thing about blank? That's one of my favorites, right? And it gets a conversation going. Or I also love the magic wand. If you can get into that pretty quickly, it's a great one too, which is if you could wave a magic wand, what would you change about? So if you guys are talking about, maybe you met them in a Peloton group or a Weight Watchers group and you guys are connecting on that. And then you say, oh man, I'm loving how much I'm getting, how in shape I'm getting. If you could wave a magic wand, what would you hope the Peloton would do for you? Right? Something like that. You're trying to get an open-ended question. Thanks you guys for putting up questions. So P stands for pain points and problem solve, okay? Listen. You have to listen to them, okay? And this is something, a skill I had to learn. It was harder for me than even figuring out questions to ask people because I like to talk and I like to think about what I'm going to say next while that person's talking to me. How many of you guys do that? Be honest, right? Like you're talking to somebody and you're already thinking about what you're going to say next. Okay. And that's how I am. And it's not because I don't care about what they're about to say. It's because I'm so excited about what I'm going to say. Like I'm so into the conversation. So it's really an authentic thing. It's just that I'm missing out on a huge opportunity to listen to what they're saying, to figure out what is their pain points, what is their problem, and how can the Thrive experience or this business solve their problem. And guess what? Sometimes I might not be able to get to that right away. Sometimes it might be that I can solve their problem about something else. Maybe I can solve their problem or their pain point by helping refer them to the person that they need. Maybe something happened to their house. They're having they have to rebuild something, and I reach out to them and we're talking. I go, oh, wait a minute. I know this guy who's an amazing painter. Let me connect you with him. Okay, so it's not always that the Thrive experience or Lavelle right away is going to be the problem solver, but you want to listen so you can help solve their problems, okay? You want to listen to maybe what they were complaining about or what they're struggling with, because that's an easy way for you to then connect with them, okay? Now, when you're doing this online, maybe with birthday messages or getting into groups or on people's newsfeed or on your Instagram or even on TikTok or anything like that, right? I want you guys to think about this, because when we do these working Zooms every single week, this is where you want to use CAP, right? Connect and compliment, ask questions, and listen for those pain points and problem solve. So for example, this is how this would work. Maybe you connect with a genuine comment, okay? Or maybe a like or a heart while you're watching their stories. You want them to be aware of who you are, right? And so you're starting to connect with them. You're starting to compliment them on something or respond to them. If this is a new friend, then make sure to send them a private message. Let's say, for example, a lot of you guys are in Facebook groups right now. We're talking about it a lot in our working Zooms. So if you were inside of a Facebook group, and you were finding somebody to connect with, you would first start off by sending them a private message with a compliment. All right, saying something like, hey, Kelly, I love that I just met you in blank group. Your article that you dropped helped me so much. Or that meme that you dropped made me crack up. I knew I wanted to find you and friend you so that I can start to connect with other like-minded blank. So like if it was a mom group, so I can connect with other like-minded moms. Or maybe you met them in a workout group, so I could connect with other like-minded, fitness friends, whatever. So now what you've done by reaching out is you've complimented them on something they did in there. Maybe it was a compliment or a comment or a post or a meme or something, right? And then you immediately went into having a commonality with them. And then you want to end it with asking a question, okay? So you want to ask something that's open-ended. But even if you're going to people's comments during your time on working Zoom or your own personal time, oh, I love that. Melissa says she's asking the question, how are you staying inspired with everything happening? What is your favorite thing about this place? Lorraine said, those are so good. And so these are great. You guys write these questions down. If questions don't come natural to you, it's okay. They didn't used to come natural to me. Write them down. Have a notebook full of questions, okay? This book that Lisa Fuller referred to a few weeks ago when we had her on one of our team Zooms, it's called Exactly What to Say. I've been actually writing in the back of mine a ton of different questions that I really love that have been working well for me. So it's a great thing to always have that resource, all right? So we've connected with them, we've reached out to them, but then we want to make sure we ask a question. And you want to make sure that it's genuine and that you're honestly interested in their response and that you're always asking it with an open-ended question, okay? Now, this also works when you're commenting with people. Maybe you're inside of a Facebook group. Maybe you're on people's newsfeed. The more that you can comment with open-ended questions, the more likely you are to have them respond back and to start to continue to have that connection with them. Okay, so here is maybe one thing that sometimes I find to be the hardest part of this, okay? And I want you to comment below if you've ever had, or comment in the chat if you've ever had somebody assume something about you before they actually went and learned about you, right? That's happened to me so many times, right? How many times have you guys gotten a message from somebody where they like just assumed something about you or sent you a message without even really going to your newsfeed to look? Okay. I get this all the time. I just had somebody who I've known, you guys, for a really long time ask me if I wanted to try her skincare. She's like, I have this new skincare. It's making my skin look so amazing. I thought of you immediately. And I messaged her back and was like, hey, if you've been checking out my social media for the last year, you know that Thrive actually came out with a CBD skincare line that I absolutely love. It's completely changed my skin, but thanks for asking. Like, she didn't even look. I've had people message me, you guys, at least once a month about a weight loss or a health supplement. First of all, I think it's offensive to reach out to somebody about a weight loss product unless they posted or asked a question about weight loss, right? Because then it like makes me feel like, oh, do I look fat in all my pictures? I mean, like, what is she saying to me? So just be careful. Don't assume something. Don't just automatically go into that. And that's why we're saying things like, you know, start with the compliment or the connection, go to asking questions, and then go to their pain points and their problem solving, okay? Don't just go to what you want to do or what you think is gonna help them without having a conversation first. Even if you believe your product would help them, it's still important to make sure that you're connecting with them and you're asking those questions, okay? And that you're really listening to what they need and their desires, okay? So I'm going to give you guys a couple more like examples of what we're talking about, kind of walking through it. And then we'll talk a little bit more about how to do it. Okay. So here's another cap. So let's say we are online with somebody and we are in a Facebook group with them. All right. So first we're going to start off with a compliment. All right. I loved the post that you put up or the comment that you made the other day in blank group. Thanks so much for putting that up because it helped me realize whatever. Okay. I knew we immediately needed to be friends because I need more people like whatever. So if I met her in the mom of teen boys, let me get specific. Okay. I would say, hey, Melissa, I absolutely loved your mom meme the other day. It made me laugh and I really needed that because I need more mom friends on my social media. So that's why I'm friending you. I hope you'll accept my friend request. Okay. Then when she accepts my friend request, I ask a question. Hey, Melissa, I obviously know you have boys too. So how old are your boys? And what is your favorite thing about being a boy mom? And then be honest, what's the thing that is the craziest about having a teenager? I need a laugh today. Okay? So I'm engaging with her. I'm being real. Like that's the way I would talk to my friends. That's the way I would talk to girls who are over for drinking a glass of wine. That's going to connect us so much faster. Do you guys see the difference between just like, hey, how old's your kids? What do you do? Oh, where do you live? Right? Like it just gets you into like a faster level of authenticity than just the normal questions. And listen, I've done the normal questions. I still do the normal questions sometimes, but I really try hard to be different because if you can stand out, you will become somebody different to them. Okay. Then you want to make sure that if these are people that you're meeting inside of a Facebook group, let's say, that now you're taking what that person and you're making sure you have a top 10 list every week. The top 10 people that you're reaching out to, maybe for you it's 5, maybe for you it's 3. It's whatever you can handle. But if you're running right now to try to help as many people as possible to get that 25 in credits to help them get started in the Thrive experience, then maybe your numbers are bigger than usual. Okay. But I will set those people to see first on my Facebook and make sure that I'm also commenting on their newsfeed because now we're new friends and I want to make sure they see me quite often commenting on what they're doing. All right. And then when she responds back to me with her questions that I asked her, I'm trying to figure out how to problem solve her pain points. So remember when I said what's the biggest struggle or the craziest thing that happens right now with you with your teenager? I'm listening to what she responds. Maybe she responds with something like, well, I feel like it's nonstop being a taxi driver around here and I'm exhausted. Or it's nonstop being a taxi driver around here, you know, can't wait till they get their own license. And then I say, oh my gosh, I can totally relate. One of my kids just turned 16. I'm loving it. So, you know, I remember what those days were like feeling exhausted. Is that how you feel? Okay. Now I've also checked out her social media. I know she's not in health and wellness. I know she's not already taking another supplement. If she was, then I might be talking to her about Thrive Skin though, because we have this amazing CBD skincare line that she could definitely benefit from as well, right? Because we still want to look great, even though we have teenage kids. So I'm now connected with her. Yeah, I'm so exhausted. I can barely get through the day. I have to stay up late because they have friends here. This is just a conversation going back and forth, okay? And then I'm saying, well, listen, I used to feel that way too, but I was so thankful when my friends introduced me to this product. Are you open to hearing more about how I can stay up now later and have all day sustainable energy? Is that something you might want to hear more about? Okay. And if they say yes, then I say great. And I tell them my story. And then I say, listen, I actually have a sample I can send you, or there's this amazing discount going on right now at the company if you're like ready to really get started. Then I put them in a three-way message with somebody so they can hear somebody else's story. If I know somebody who sounds like they have a story that that person can relate with, I'm going to put them on a three-way message with that person to make sure the story is relatable to her. Or maybe I add her into our customer group so she can read some other stories and I tag her underneath it, right? So now I have connected with her, we have complimented, we have connected authentically, we have asked questions so where I can really get to know her pain points and problem solve it, and then I go into it. And I think this third step is where a lot of people are lacking. I hear from a lot of people, not only on our team, but I have all kinds of people that reach out to me because they've seen what I've been able to do in this industry. And the number one thing I hear time and time again is, I've met all these people, but I don't know how to get them to order. Or I'm in these conversations and then they go dead. Or I'm in these conversations and then I get ghosted. It's because you never got to the point, okay? So do not let fear stop you from that last one. Because if you have been really good at connecting authentically, asking questions, I bet you know their pain point. But are you too scared to get the sale? Are you stopping yourself from solving their problem? Because sometimes just sharing it one time, and then if they don't respond back or they go, I don't know, or not right now or whatever, then you just go silent. You get nervous. But you guys, do you believe you have a product that could help people? Do you believe you have a product that could change somebody's health? Do you believe you have a business opportunity here that could completely change somebody's financial direction? Do you believe you have a product and a business that worked for you? So if your answer is yes to any of those, you should not be hiding and not sharing. Instead, go about it with confidence, with assuming and just knowing that why would they not want this product? And then if they don't want it, you ask why. Hey, are you open to telling me why you're not ready to help yourself feel your best this month? Something will come out, guys. They'll say something like, you know what, I can't afford it. Or that's not in our budget right now. Or I've tried a million things before and nothing's ever worked for me. Okay, that was me. I mean, yeah, I really couldn't afford it when I got started, you guys. But worse than that was I had a whole cabinet full of stuff and I was embarrassed to try one more thing. So don't let your own fear stop you from helping people. And if you don't know what those next couple questions are or how to ask, I highly recommend this book that I talked about at the beginning, Exactly What to Say by Phil Jones. You can get it on Amazon. Or ask around. Ask when you get on a thread or on a message with somebody, you feel like you're stuck. Go into your threads that you're in and say, hey, I don't know what to say next. Or message me or message one of your other leaders and say, hey, she just said this. Tish, shout out to you. Tish does this all the time. She'll say, Blair, I don't know what to say next. And I help her because that's what we do as leaders on this team. We're here to provide and to help you. And you won't learn what those next step questions are to close the sale if you don't ask. All right. So I hope that this was beneficial for you guys tonight. C, compliment, connect authentically. A, ask questions. And P, pain points, problem solve. Okay. We only created that so that it would be easy for you to always remember when you're nervous, when you're talking to somebody, when you're not sure what to do next. You're going to cap it, guys. You're going to cap it. You're going to cap it. You're going to cap it. All right, you're going to compliment and connect authentically, ask questions, pain points, problem solve, and then you're going to ask for the sale. Because it's just like when I go to the store and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and nobody's at the register, what happens? I drop my stuff and I leave. Because if they don't want my money and they don't want to come and help me, then I'm not going to sit there and beg for somebody to ring me up, right? That doesn't make any sense. So make sure you ask for the sale, you close that sale, and that you ask your leaders if you need some help, okay? Awesome, guys. I hope this was helpful. We are going to end a little bit early so that we can all hop off and then hop back on tonight to our new promoter Zoom, Getting Started, which starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. And at the end of that, I'm going to be actually breaking down for people who are in their VIP right now, double, triple, and how they can earn. You guys, it's crazy how much extra they can earn. And I want you guys to hear this in case you're not getting on because you don't have a new promoter or you're not a new promoter yourself. You guys, they can earn an extra anywhere from like $160 extra all the way to an extra like $640, okay, on top of the $1,200 in bonuses for VIP 1,600. It's really unbelievable. And even more, really, if they had people getting 800 packs instead of 400 packs, because I'm going to be mostly breaking down the $400 package. So it's unbelievable what's going on right now. And one more last thing, tomorrow, August 3rd, we're going to be announcing our August promo. So last month it was $1,000 cash towards mortgage. This month is something different. And I'm so excited to say that you guys saw, right? It was somebody brand new, only 3 weeks in the business that won, and anybody can really win it. So make sure that this month your goal is to make sure you have a 6 PPA so that you can be entered, because there were so many of you guys that were posting that were really doing it, and you guys were really doing amazing, and that was the only part that you fell short. So I believe in you, believe in yourself, help people get started, especially this week. Number one goal, help people get started as customers this week. Help them fall in love with the Thrive experience. Help them get there too, or turn over to a promoter, go on and hit their VIP before the month ends. All right, guys, have a great night, and I will see you guys in a few minutes if you're coming to the new promoter Zoom. Bye.